So now we're ready to go. So it's over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Holmes. Thank you for allowing me a short little bit of time to speak to you all. Welcome. Welcome to this first ever virtual transition that we have done. It's great to see so many familiar names of our Year 11 students, but also a number of students who will be joining us in Year 12. My name is Mr. Sorberg. I'm principal here at the Wren School, and we're really excited about this transition opportunity. We know this has been a really challenging year for everyone in Year 11, and we want to help and support make that smooth transition into our sixth form as easily as possible. This is a fantastic opportunity. It's an opportunity to join a sixth form that is still growing, that is still adapting and changing. It's a great opportunity for you as our Year 12s to come in and shape our sixth form, to help grow that sixth form and challenge us to make sure it is the best sixth form possible. It's also a great opportunity for you to be able to shape your future. You will have all been in 11 years of education. And for some of you, that would have been fantastic 11 years. And for some of you, that might have been quite difficult. And you'll all join Year 12. You'll be joining Year 12 with a different level of passion and interest. And that is absolutely fantastic because it allows you to rebrand yourself. Joining our sixth form gives you an opportunity to start afresh again, if that's what you need to. You'll be choosing and working on a very select number of courses designed around you and your future. So there's a great opportunity for you to join us, to rebrand yourself and to set yourself some really exciting, really high, lofty ambitions. We are really excited that you'll be joining us in September. We believe you as a year group are going to go a long way. You are going to challenge us and inspire us, and you are going to hit new heights. And so this transition is an opportunity for you to start getting to know us and our expectations of what a sixth form is about. And Mr. Holland's going to talk a lot about that today and again later in the week. And then you've got an opportunity to join different subjects and to hear about what it looks like studying at A-level. It is a big difference. The learning is the same. It's still challenging and hard, but there is a big difference being in sixth form. And we want to give you a flavour of that over the coming sessions to make sure you are fully prepared. But I just wanted to come along and to welcome you formally to our sixth form. I really hope these transition events are useful. I then really hope you have a positive summer, that you're able to relax and get yourself ready. I look forward to seeing all of our Year 11s at Results Day and to celebrate the fantastic results that you will get this summer. And then we look forward to September, where we get to start this journey, these next 2 years in preparation for university, career, job, whatever you are looking to do after our sixth form. So I hope you find this really useful. I hope you have a great session, and I look forward to meeting you all very soon. Thank you, Mr. Hollins.
No problem. Just have a few things. I'm just making sure there's a couple muted, and we shall start now. So just going to share with you the PowerPoint, which should come up now for everybody here. I will try, if any of you send a message at any point, it won't come up on my screen, so I'm not necessarily sure I'm going to see it, but please write any questions that you've got as they come up, and I will answer them all at the end. So welcome sort of to our sixth form induction. This is sort of, we were hoping and praying that by this point we might be able to have you guys actually into the building so that we can actually show you who we are and what we're about, and you can have a bit more of that personal face-to-face touch. But unfortunately, rules are rules, and so therefore we've got to follow them and make sure that we get something out to you anyway. So we're looking at the goals of today. So firstly, understanding what to do on results day when you get your results. What it means of being a sixth former here, a bit more about subjects and studying, and then a chance for you to ask any questions at the end. I will also put in, there is a bit at the end about what we're doing this week and then next week in some of these transition sessions. So firstly, results day. So they're Thursday the 12th of August. Now, you're all going to get your results at probably different times. I don't think you're going to be necessarily able to en masse go and collect them. You might have a different time slot. Okay, I will be here in school. For those of you that are internal, when you come and collect them, I'll be there for you to talk to. For those of you that are external, there's a slightly different process. So I'm going to need you when you get your results. If you meet all the requirements that you needed, okay, then all you're going to do is come and let me know. Now, it does say email me. That's for if you're not going to be there to collect them in person. If you are going to be there in person, then all you're going to do is walk over and talk to me. If for any reason you don't get a grade 4 in English or maths, then you will have to retake it, okay? And we will need to have that conversation moving forwards about retaking them and whether that affects some of the courses that you're taking. Same for if you have results and say, for example, you needed the 6 in one of the sciences, say it came in at a 5, then we need to have that conversation with you about what happens next. Now, there's also then external students that are on this call. Those of you that are external, firstly, welcome. Second of all, your process is slightly different. What I need you to do is to take a picture of your results and then email that picture to me. What that then does is I can then verify your results rather than just you writing them out to me, because it's obviously then official. And then I can say, yep, this is great. We'll see you in September. Or I will turn around and say, right, we need to have a chat again, because it might be you've not quite got the grades needed. Do not be afraid. Do not worry. If the results aren't quite what you're expecting them to be, please just do not worry and make sure you come and talk to me so that we can talk this through. So uniform and standard. So our uniform here is not an official uniform. Instead, what we say is that we expect students to hold themselves to the highest standards. Now that means both in behavior and in what you wear. When it comes to, I call it school suitable clothing, okay? It should cover the majority of you. Do not want to see and don't have people coming in tracksuits or in clothing which is majority ripped or anything of that nature. You also need to make sure that, for example, if you are somebody who's studying PE or you have a PE lesson or anything like that, then it means that your earrings and things like that should be suitable for those lessons. You will also be given a lanyard eventually after the first few weeks, and we've taken everyone's picture that has your name and picture on it. Now they should be worn or will be worn at all times. They must be worn. Therefore, we can identify you. It's really important for those of you also that are external. It gives us a chance to really see who you are, and we can put a name to a face. Otherwise, you're just going to get fed up with people asking who you are and why you're on site. So, school day and timings. So, we are going, I've done this for, if this is all fully ratified, which I believe it now is. So, school day in September will be 8:30 to 2:45. You're going to have 5 one-hour lessons. We have break at the end of period 1 and lunch at the end of period 3. It means you do have 2 lessons in the afternoon, period 4 and period 5. I've done this for several different reasons. Number one, research does show us that the older you get, the better you do work in the afternoon. And secondly, just with some of the idea of what we want to do with some of the afternoon sessions on some days, it is better that we have that as a double period. When you're not in a timetabled lesson, there are several different areas you're going to be allowed to use in school. So we have a dedicated sixth form room, which is currently full, roughly, with students who aren't in lessons at the moment. They are prepping for their exams that they have coming up. We also have the cafe that, for those of you that know, it's downstairs. For those that don't, we have 2 areas downstairs where students can go sort of during breaks and lunches. We have the restaurant and the cafe. The cafe is going to be open for students to use in the sixth form throughout the entire school day. We will work on, and we are currently working through with the catering company about having drinks and snacks available throughout the day down there. We also have the library, and then we also will have a silent study room. Okay, now students, I will go through that with you in a bit more about what those different areas are and what they mean. Also, what we're going to do is on a Wednesday afternoon, we're going to dedicate that afternoon period to either sport or life skills. So, for example, you could decide to do PE or work with another member of staff. An example could be that one member of staff could lead a session all about different types of cooking and developing those sorts of skills. Not skills that necessarily you would think about first off that you might need, but will be very useful as you get older. One of the things that we look for here is not just developing you academically, but also making sure that you have all the skills and all the knowledge you need for when you move on from here. As you'll find, as with everything that's gone on, and as with everybody that joined us in September this year, we're hoping that there won't be any restrictions in September. However, there may be, and if they are, some of this may need to change. So your subjects and your timetable. Okay, so most of you will be doing 3 A-levels. There are 1 or 2 of you that have spoken to me about doing 4, and there is that possibility, but that's not, the 3 is the standard. Okay, you will have 8 lessons per that subject over 2 weeks. Okay, so in general, of your timetable, you will have 24 lessons. Okay, the rest of it, okay, is guided learning. Okay, so they are a mixture of 6 silent study periods where you'll be in a silent study room where you will sign in and it will be down like it's a silent working space for you to ensure that work's being done. You will then have some other study periods where we will give you the information that you need and say to you, look, you should really concentrate on this subject during this study period. You will also have some that have no restrictions on them at all. Once a week, so once every 2 weeks, you will have a meeting that will be down as a sort of presentation session or assembly. That will be with me with the whole year group. Sometimes it'll be me giving you a presentation on different things, or it might be that we've got an outside speaker, hopefully, or it might be that we've got specific topics that I want you to work on. One thing for you to also know and be aware of is that when it comes to your subjects, A-levels are graded letter style. So back like they were sort of 5 to 10 years ago for GCSE. So you have A star to E, okay, in terms of grades. A star the highest, E the lowest. BTECs follow the exact same grading system at GCSE, starting at distinction star and ending with pass. Your timetable is a 2-week timetable, okay? And then this is sort of the bit that's unique to us. So one of the things that you will see and hear about is the fact that students in the school have laptops, okay? Now these laptops are brought through the school and are imaged onto the school network for you to work on, not only just here, but also at home. This ensures that every single student has access to a computer when they need it. The only thing that we ask is that in September that you pay a security deposit. It is £100, but it can be paid in instalments. It does not have to be £100 straight up. And what that means is that you will be given a laptop within the first couple of days back. And it means that no matter where you are on the school site, you will have access to everything that you need. Students have found that really useful here. You could be in a lesson, it might not be in a computer room, and suddenly you might need to use it, you might need to go and research something, or you might need to start a piece of work. Rather than hoping to find a computer that's free, you are guaranteed to have one because it'll be with you in your bag. We then have a separate section. Like I said to you at the very beginning, when setting up the sixth form, one of the things that I was really keen to work on and put out there is the fact that we want to make students that are employable. We want to give you the best start to adult life that you can. So we don't just look at academics. We're not just trying to get people into universities here. We're trying to get you to go where we want you to go. So there are some extra things that you can do. We have core PE, which everyone will have the ability to do. There's something called the EPQ, which I know I've spoken to many of you about. And if you're looking at going to university, this can help because it gives you extra points towards that. We have core maths, which is the equivalent points-wise of half an A-level. Just for those of you that were unsure as to whether you wanted to do maths or not, or some that need an extra maths course for their degree. We then have student leadership. Now, this is something that we really wanted to put in this year, and just with bubbles, just hasn't worked. But barring no bubbles next year, we're hoping it will. So there is then student leadership, which is either helping a particular member of staff, particular department or area within school once a week. So you being able to say, like, for example, it might be you haven't chosen performing arts, but it could be that you have a real big interest in performing arts and want to help. So we'd be going down there for once a once a week and helping out either in a lesson or helping them set something up or helping like with an after school club, anything like that. Then lastly, there's work experience. And again, this is something that we really are hoping will take off in September. We will give you time within your timetable, as long as it's not in lesson time, because that would be a no, for you to go out and find yourself some work experience. We would give you time in your timetable to do that. If you do choose work experience, then it needs to be found by yourself and organized by you. All we would do is ask for the information so that we know you're going to be safe and doing stuff that is safe and not suddenly, working in a mine and making sure that everything's okay. Also, if for any reason it's not suitable or you do it and you think, absolutely, no, this is not what I thought it was, this is not what I want to do anymore, and then you end it, then obviously you come back to us on school during those times, and then we will obviously find something else for you to do. I just need you to make sure that you've selected one of those and that you let me know by Friday the 9th of July. If you want any more information on those, then email me and let me know, and we can have a conversation about it. So your first day in tutor groups. Now, this is one where I should have put a big star to say this is currently what it looks like, but this is definitely subject to change, and I will let you know when it does, or if it does. So we're hoping that on the 4th of September, Year 12, you guys would come into school to have your first day. There's only going to be, I think, Year 7 and Year 12 in on that day, and you will have half a day. Come in at 12:40, and it would end at 2:45. The idea being that during this time, you're going to have an assembly from me with a bit more information. You're going to meet your tutor and your tutor group, have a tour of the school, because it is important for those that haven't been here. We'll do your biometric finger scanning, which is how you access the canteen so that you can use that from day one, and learn a bit more about your subjects and how life as a sixth former works. Then the idea is that you come back the next day, start your lessons as normal, but just at the start of period 2. We will, however, need to review this. This is what I'm hoping it's going to be, but I will confirm it with you later. Now, tutor groups. I could sit here and put everybody into their own tutor group, but I don't know friendships. I don't know who you're working with. So if you want specific people in your tutor group, okay, then I want you to email me again by Friday the 9th of July saying, hi, I'd love to be in a tutor group with these 5 or 6 people. It's not always possible. If 45 of you all put down that you want to be in the same tutor group, that's not going to work. But there is a chance for this to work properly. So there's 2 things left I want to talk to you about. The first thing is a task I want you to do. As you know, or as you would have seen, there is going to be another meeting on Friday morning. Okay, now this is where some of the sixth formers will come and talk to you about what life is actually like post-16. Okay, they're going to come and talk to you about what it means to actually be a sixth former and tell you the sorts of things that they wish they knew when they were starting. What I want to then do is talk to you about next steps. Okay, I want to talk to you about what happens, okay, post-18, once you leave the sixth form. I'm all about goals, and I'm all about making sure we get people to where they need to be. So what I want you to do between now and then is I want you to write down, okay, about what I need to know about you, whether you're internal or external. And I also want to know about anything you do inside or outside of school and what you want to do when you leave. It could be that you want to go to university. It could be that you want to get a job in a certain area. It could be you want an apprenticeship. When it comes to interests outside of school, I don't mind how trivial you think it is or how small you think it is. I want to know about you. This will help me when it comes to you starting to know who you are. It will also help me know what it is you're interested in. If we have a large group of people that want to get an apprenticeship in IT, then I know I can spend my summer trying to get as many people in that sector to come in and talk to you as possible. So that's just something for you to do. Now, once you've done that, again, please feel free to email it to me. Or if you'd rather keep it and email it to me later on, you can, or bring it in to school. I really don't mind, but email is probably the best. So last sort of thing to really go through, okay, is the induction program. So you have a talk from me now, and you have another one on the 25th of June in the morning. After that, and starting next week, you will see, and you should have been sent through this timetable. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to find the subjects you have picked. Okay, and then there are 2 sessions for each subject. So say you turned around and you had picked that you were going to do psychology, physics, and art. So what you would do is look at the timetable and go, okay, psychology. So on Monday the 28th of June at 1:10, log on to the Zoom call through the details you get, and you will have a lesson on psychology. You would then find, say you were doing physics, that there's then a lesson period 4 on Tuesday, and then you, or even, then if you were doing art, you would then find period 2 on Wednesday. You would then find that the next psychology session isn't until Monday, and it's at 2:15. The next physics one is then the Tuesday after, the 6th, at 10:40. And then the last art one is Thursday at 9:20. Now, these sessions will be linked, so it is definitely worth going to both. They're not repeats. Each session, the first one will set out what the course is and what the course looks like. Okay, the second session, and set you off on a task. The second session will show a little bit more about what that task should have looked like at an A-level standard, and then tell you what you need to know and do over the summer to get you ready for September. Now, normally we like these to be in school and just a session, whereas where we can't do that, we think this is the next best thing that we can do and have it there for you. Again, only attend the ones that you're definitely going to do, or if there is one that you think, I might be interested, then log on. The details for all of these calls, we are going to email to you within the next few days. The likelihood is that we're going to try and keep this as simple as possible. We are going to try and record them, but I wouldn't necessarily, because we all know what technology is like, and me talking to you for about 5 minutes full of, whilst I was on mute, we all know that these aren't necessarily perfect and don't necessarily always work. So logging on is probably the best thing for you to do. It's a pretty comprehensive list, and you might make some and not the others. If you want to email me and tell me that, then that is absolutely fine. So we've now got a chance where we're going to do any questions. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so everything comes back. I'm also going to